Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is important because I'm going to tell you what are the books that you should follow during your residency in MD Pathology, how will you approach the first year of MD Pathology especially, and what are some of the important things that you should keep in mind during your MD Pathology residency. So let's get started with today's video. Okay, so coming to the general point first, I would like you to first understand that you need to build a strong base in pathology because see, passing your MD or DNB examinations is obviously important, but in future you have to report slides alone and independently. So you need to know everything, whether it's benign or malignant. You should know that in details because later on you will not have anybody to help you. And looking at a slide, you know how confusing it is. Being able to decipher a slide and give independent reports is not an easy job because later on you're going to work in labs independently. So just do not study for your exams because exams के लिए कुछ topics बहुत important हैं. तो you shouldn't be like that कि मैं सिर्फ वही topics पे ज़्यादा focus करूँगी. You should also learn the most common slides that you encountered in your residency. So building your base and reading from the basics is very important. Please read about the normal histology first because that is the gateway to understand and differentiate between normal and abnormal things. एबनॉर्मलिटीज में तो काफी सारे ऑप्शंस हैं, लेकिन जो डिफरेंशिएटिंग फीचर्स है वो आपको नॉर्मल से ही आप डिफरेंशिएट करके उसको समझ पाओगे. नाउ यस, पैथोलॉजी में रॉबिन्स एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है. जनरल पैथोलॉजी मेनली वी रीड फ्रॉम रॉबिन्स ओनली, बट रॉबिन्स इज नॉट द ओनली बुक दैट यू शुड फोकस ऑन, क्योंकि रॉबिन्स में काफी कुछ दिए हुए हैं. जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स है, जो बेसिक्स है, वो रॉबिन्स से ही आपको समझना है, बट दैट इज नॉट द ओनली थिंग. रॉबिन्स इज इंपॉर्टेंट बट इट इज नॉट द ओनली थिंग दैट विल फेच यू enormous amount of knowledge and good marks. Now, there are certain things I will tell you which will come handy in your preparation. Obviously, I will talk about some of the few important books that you need to buy as hard copies, but essentially you should focus on reading your PDF books because you will not read everything from everywhere, right? So I would ask you to keep those PDFs in your tablet and carry it to your residency because whenever you see slides, you have to also refer to those books. So there is nothing that comes handy in your PG apart from your tablet. Okay, so number one, in Google, you have two sites which are important. Number one is Pathology Outlines. यहाँ से ही हम लोग सारे slides के बारे में descriptions वगैरह, pictures बहुत अच्छे से दिए हुए हैं. For example, if you want to read about dysgerminoma or let's say glioblastoma, so you can just write in Google glioblastoma pathology outlines. There will be a site, a page will open and that will give you almost every information that you need about that particular topic, including the slide pictures, so that whenever you practice slides, you can also refer to those images. Number two site is Practical Hemostasis. Over there, obviously the coagulation tests and everything are given in details. So these are handy things which you can just keep reading. Number three is in Telegram. We have a group that is called Pathology Library, and over there every single book of MD Pathology Residency is given. So you can search among the many options that you have. If you have confusion regarding books, you're confused between two books, then you can actually read the PDF from there and you can understand what exactly you need, and then you can buy it subsequently, or you can also read from the PDF. That's a very good option. Now, pathology में एक बहुत important चीज है, and that is to differentiate the malignant and the benign lesions. The world under the microscope is very different. Initially, you will get confused. That is very natural, but you have to set your eyes. जितना आप slides देखोगे, आपकी eyes उतनी set होगी, so that instantly you can have a feeling, again that kind of gut feeling which we develop during the NEET PG. यहाँ पर भी आपको एक gut feeling develop करने की जरूरत है कि नहीं, ये slide देख के इसकी features आसपास के देख के आपको समझ में आ जाना चाहिए कि नहीं, ये तो benign की तरफ ही point कर रहे हैं, नहीं ये तो malignant की तरफ ही point कर रहे हैं. If you are confused, otherwise you will get sure short differences in the slides. If it is a malignant lesion, the character of the nucleus and the cytological features will be very different. So all these you will learn in the due course of time. But what I want you to understand here is that please give importance to your basics and just don't get focused on your exams from the first day only. Okay, now coming to the books. Hematology के लिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल डेसी एंड लुइस. यहाँ पर जो आपको रीड करना है वो है, यहाँ से आई एम नॉट आस्किंग यू टू रीड द एंटायर बुक. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, in post graduation you cannot read the entire book repeat in any subject. So you need to understand what things you need to read from what books. ठीक है, तो डेसी एंड लुइस एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट और इजी टू रीड बुक है, from where you need to read about the basic techniques, the lab techniques, the practical aspects and the CBCs like peripheral smear के बारे में, सेल्स के बारे में like neutrophils, eosinophils, इनके बारे में सब कुछ डिटेल्स में दिया हुआ है. तो इनिशियल कुछ चैप्टर्स आपको देखना है वहां पर. इट इज बेसिकली a practical oriented book only like reticulocyte count etc. So ये सारी चीज आपको यहाँ से रेफर करना है. नेक्स्ट इज बोन मैरो के लिए बारबारा बेन. द इनिशियल फ्यू चैप्टर्स ओनली आई विल आस्क यू टू रीड फ्रॉम बारबारा बेन, नॉट द एंटायर बुक. बोन मैरो के लिए जो आपको बेसिक्स की जरूरत है, सेल की अंडरस्टैंडिंग की जरूरत है, that you will get from Barbara Bain from the initial few chapters. Yes, now the book that I follow for hematology is Tejinder Singh. It has got 2 volumes. It is having a very detailed explanation. सब कुछ दिया हुआ है उस बुक के अंदर, इसीलिए it is a very extensive book. The way the book is written, sometimes it is difficult to interpret because there are so many information given that sometimes you find it difficult. But it is a good book because you are getting everything at one place. The second book that we follow is Kothalkar for hematology. It is a very concise book. It is only 1 volume and वहाँ पर इतना डिटेल्स में नहीं दिया हुआ है, लेकिन अगर आपको समझने में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है then this is a very easy to read book. But you will not get everything from here. But there are some tables here which are really good, and to get the basic concepts clear, this book is very good. So you will be getting all these books in the PDF format also. So what you can do is you can go for one hard copy of one particular book and the other book you can download as PDF and you can refer that simultaneously. So in this way you are able to read both the books. Now there's another part which is called the histogram, which is also very important because histogram charts are asked in the exam. So ABC of CBC is a book which is a very basic book. So वहां से आपको histogram के बारे में काफी कुछ information मिल जाएगी, बहुत easy to read है. Okay, so next is cytology. उसके लिए the most important book is Pranab De. Yes, it is a very easy to read book. Another very important thing to learn in cytology is your pap smear. Pap smear is a very common thing that you will encounter in private labs. ठीक है, तो पैप स्मीयर इतना भी डिफिकल्ट नहीं है लेकिन बहुत ट्रिकी है, तो इसको आपको अच्छे से समझना है. इसके लिए एक अलग बुक है which is the Bethesda. It is not a very lengthy book, so you can just go through it. Next is oral. Now oral you can refer to oral for some topics, but to read oral entirely is not possible. Pranab De is a much better option for me. Now I would want to give a disclaimer that all these books are followed in my college and what I was recommended by my seniors and the faculties. So this is what we follow in West Bengal, or rather I will say particularly in my department, in my college, and also some personal preferences are also highlighted here. If in your college and in your state some other book is followed and you are recommended some other book by your seniors, then I will request you to go through those books only. Okay, that's why you always have the option of downloading the PDF. You can yourself read and compare and get the understanding of which book you want to buy or which one you want to refer for your exams. Okay, now for general pathology, it is something that we do only from Robbins. There is another book called Ramdas Nayak. वहाँ पर भी general pathology is discussed very nicely, but you can essentially do it from Robbins only. Now, for histopathology, for grossing, we read the Tata manuals. Apart from that, we also have to read the CAP protocols. So, grossing के लिए CAP protocols plus Tata manual is sufficient for us. And normal histology, as I said, very importantly, you have to refer that from the Whitters. That's what we follow in my college. So Whitters में बहुत अच्छे pictures दिए हुए हैं जहाँ से आपको easy to read भी है. So you can understand those basic things, and that's the first book that you should read before you jump into any systemic pathology. Now, coming to my favorite, that is WHO. WHO is my personal favorite क्योंकि वहाँ पर बहुत सी चीजें बहुत कंसाइज्ड हैं, और कई बार क्या होता है कि सिस्टमिक इतना वास्ट है कि क्लासिफिकेशन और काफी कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हम लोगों को नहीं मिलता है कहीं पर. तो WHO is a standard book to refer and basic things are very much given in details here. There are different books for different organ systems here. For systemic pathology, we have books like Sternberg, Ackerman, Fletcher, etc. I personally have Sternberg, but to be very honest, it is not possible to read Sternberg that extensively. What I personally could do is to refer to Sternberg for certain topics only. मैं ज़्यादा extensively Sternberg को नहीं पढ़ पाई, लेकिन उसको पढ़ना चाहिए. Sternberg will give you the basic understanding, so I think it is a very good book to read. लेकिन इतना ज़्यादा मेरे को time नहीं मिला, इसीलिए I couldn't read that to that extent. I only referred to it for certain topics. And if you ask me personally, I also prefer Fletcher to that extent. Fletcher's में ऐसे बहुत से tables हैं which are really good, and I will specifically ask you to read the chapter of thyroid from Fletcher, क्योंकि थायराइड कार्सिनोमा में जो कैप्सुलर इन्वेजन और वैस्कुलर इन्वेजन के जो पिक्चर्स और एक्सप्लेनेशन दी हुई है फ्लेचर्स में, दैट is a very important theory question also. and it is not explained in that manner in any other book. So for thyroid cancer, I would want you to refer to Fletcher importantly. Apart from that, you can have a mixture of Fletcher and Sternberg for that matter. Ackerman is also good, the pictures are good, but Ackerman is not that easy to read. Ackerman does not have a very simplified language. On the other hand, Sternberg has a much simplified way of representation, and Fletcher, as I said, is also one of my personal favorite. एक और भी बुक हम लोग पढ़ते हैं, दैट इज क्लिनिकल पैथोलॉजी बाय कौथलकर, जहां पर वी रीड अबाउट द फ्लूइड्स and the fluid processing, basically covering the topics of the central lab pathology. You can also ask your seniors as to what books is followed in your college, and you should definitely refer to those books which are followed in your college. Now there's another thing I would want to mention very personally, that I was getting lost because it is so vast. I wasn't able to understand where to start and where to end. So I had taken up the course of Gibran sir, which is Simply Pathology. There's an app. This is something I'm just sharing with you because I want you to know all these things. But even if you get lost, you have a Kinara. Okay. इसके अलावा you know that Kirti ma'am is also there. She also launches good courses. So yes, you have options of Simply Pathology and PGPAT tutorials by Kirti ma'am. And I'm not asking you to take these courses at all, because you can very well do it. And if the guidance from your college and your seniors is enough for you to read and understand and know pathology to their depth, but if you still get lost, then I personally had considered these options because I was getting lost. So if you are not able to figure out things, you can refer to this also. So with that, we come to the end of this video. I think I'll be able to give you an insight into handling the academic part of first year residency. As I said, you should always carry one notebook and keep writing the points that you are facing trouble with, and you can come back home and always read that, because पैथोलॉजी में अगर आप पढ़ाई नहीं करोगे और साइमल्टेनियसली स्लाइड देखना और पढ़ना, ये जो साइमल्टेनियस काम है, इसको अगर आप अच्छे से नहीं करोगे तो नहीं सीख पाओगे. And I will also want you to be under the guidance of your seniors and your faculties in your college, because they are the best person to guide you. And also get hold of the last 10 years question paper that is there in your particular state, because it differs from state to state. So get hold of that, not in the first year, in the second, third year, get hold of that and read those questions also. And keep reading those topics for the theory exams as well, because practical is vast. Every day you learn practicals. There is no syllabus of practicals, but theory में questions हैं आपके पास जिसको आप refer कर सकते हो. So I hope I have been able to help you with this. If you have any personal query, you can mention down in the comment section below. If you like my content, then please consider subscribing. I will meet you very soon in some other video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.